Everyone believes that getting rich is complicated, okay? But that is because when they hear how the real rich actually do things, they go, oh no, that's too simple to be true. So instead, they waste their time and their money on a bunch of bullshit, and then they end up in my DMs asking for help because they are worse off than when they started. You need to stop it, okay? You are better than that. If you do what I'm telling you, I promise you, you will have more wealth than you have ever had before. First thing I'm going to need you to do is interact with this video, not because it's good for me, even though it is, thank you, but because you are showing the algorithm what you want to see more of. Because if you're serious about getting rich, the first thing that you need to do is you need to start changing what you consume. Because every time you watch a video about the newest must-have makeup, the boot of the season, these apps, they're going to file your profile away as a consumer. Someone to keep advertising to so they can keep lining their pockets with cash. Even if you have the best intentions, if you are always being sold a problem that you don't actually have, you are never going to build wealth. Your mind needs to be on how to grow your money, not spend it on things you don't need. The simplest way to build wealth is quite literally not spending all of your money. So let's start there. You are going to unsubscribe from promo emails. No, you don't need to know about Aritzia's new sale. Because let's get real, you are not saving money, then you are just spending it. I want you to unfollow people who make you feel like what you have is not good enough, that you are not pretty enough, that you are not popular enough as you are. Because that is just feeding an unhealthy addiction that again is making them rich and not you. You think that by making this next purchase, it's finally going to turn you into the person that you've always wanted to be, but it's a trap. If you follow what they say, you will never be enough because being enough is not profitable. Learning to love yourself the way that you are, that is the best way to save money. Next thing you're going to do is stop trying to get ahead by cutting all the little joys out of your life. You like that $5 coffee? Does it bring you joy? I need you to know that no one ever got rich by not buying a $5 coffee, but they did get rich by investing into companies that sell the coffee. So you've been tricked into the idea that the only way to get ahead is to be unhappy. But that's just a lie fed to you by the people who benefit from you staying where you are. If everyone realized that you could build wealth and still enjoy your life, how would they exploit us? So once you have changed your mindset about what is possible for you and you have removed the temptation of self-sabotage, then it is time to start seeing money for what it actually is, okay? Nothing more than a physical representation of hours of your life. Because the way that most people play it is they work, they trade hours of their life for money. But that, my friends, is not what the rich do. They don't necessarily work for their money. They get the money and then they put that money to work for them. They turn that money into a worker that never quits. They don't do this by following their passions, because that's another bullshit lie. Do what you love and the money will come. For most people, no, it won't. Your life is not your job. Your job is not your identity. Your job is simply a means for you to make money so you can live your life. But again, for most people, they're going to get that wrong, so they stay stuck. The rich buy apartment buildings and businesses and parking lots, not because they love bricks or asphalt, but because they love the freedom, the safety, and security that comes with being rich. Money problems, they will make things 1,000 times worse, but having money, it makes those problems basically disappear. They become nothing more than a small inconvenience. And if you think you need to be rich to do those things, no, you don't. You can buy an apartment building right now for $1 if you wanted to. You can become a part owner in literally thousands of companies for $5 if you wanted to start today. Do this by putting your money into something called like a real estate investment trust, okay? A REIT. That is where you are pooling your money with other investors and you are buying these buildings and you are profiting off of them, the monthly rents, without ever having to lift a finger. You can buy index funds and ETFs to start getting paid like a business owner without the headache. Now, there's obviously only so much that I can put into oh my God, we're already at 4 minutes. A 4-minute video, okay? It took me a decade to learn these things. But essentially, this is the exact methodology and process I used to go from $40,000 in debt to becoming a millionaire at 30 years old. The easiest way to get rich isn't complicated, it's vanilla. It's all about learning how to effectively save your money without giving up the things that you love so you don't feel restricted and end up binge spending, and then prioritizing ways to make money while you sleep.